Hello students, welcome to today's class. Today's topic is intake and output chart. Previous class we have discussed regarding perineal care. The same unit, okay, unit number 3, in nursing foundation only, that is elimination aid. This is the last concept in the particular unit. Clear? Okay, shall we start? It's very important, okay, in the practical also, in the theory also. Be careful, listen carefully, okay, and meanwhile you have to update your notes. Okay, now we'll see what do you mean by intake and output. Okay, how to write the chart also. Okay, shall we start? In this class we're going to discuss regarding what do you mean by intake and also what do you mean by output, how to record the intake and output, and what is the difference, and what is a normal thing about that, and what is the abnormal thing. Okay, that's all. Now we first to know what do you mean by intake. Okay, C is nothing but measurement of all those fluids entering the client's body, such as water, or we can say ice, chips, juice, milk, coffee, ice cream, etc. That also the fluids. That includes parenteral or the central line or the feeding tube or artificial irrigations or the blood transfusion or by oral also. It's very simple. Intake means what? Intake. Whatever we are administering to the patient, the fluids which entering the body. Okay, the fluids that going to be entering the body. For example, we can say water, juice, milk. Okay, through what are the routes? Parenteral means through the IV infusion, and also the central line. Okay, the feeding tube, artificial irrigation, and the blood transfusion. Clear? No, this is we call intake. Clear? So definition of intake nothing but is a measurement of how many. For example, you take for the IV patient, the patient is in the IV cannula. The fluid order is 500 ml of normal saline we had to be introduced. Okay, so what is the intake measurement there? 500 ml. Isn't it? No, so that is we are measuring for 24 hours. During the 24 hours, how many liters or how many ml introducing to the patient. Clear? No, this is we call intake. Now we'll see what do you mean by output. Output is nothing but measurement of all fluid levels that leaves the client's body, such as urine, perspiration, exhalation, diarrhea, vomiting, or we can say drainage, bleeding, and wound. Understood? No? Whatever the fluids that exit or that leaves the body in the form of urine, in the form of diarrhea, in the form of vomiting, in the form of sweating. Clear? No, this is we called output for a 24 hours. Clear? No, for 24 hours how much the client eliminates the fluid, that we called output. Clear? Now we'll see what is the definition of intake and output chart. Okay, is a chart as we are using for measurement of a patient's fluid intake by mouth or a feeding tube or intravenous catheter, and output from the kidney, gastrointestinal tract or drainage tube, and the wounds. Accurate 24 hours is very important. Okay, accurate 24 hours measurement and recording. This is the essential part of the patient assessment. Clear? No, this is we call intake output chart. See, the chart will contain both the column of intake as well as the output. Clear? No, I will show you in detail in the next slides. Okay, so in that we have to be record. For example, the nurse she have a shift wise, morning shift, night shift, evening shift, like that, isn't it? No, during her shift she have to record it in the chart. Next shift nurse continue the same record what is done by the first shift nurse. Clear, no? During her shift, how many ml, okay, how many quantity of fluids she introduced, that she have to be recorded in this chart. Clear, no? At end of the shift, after 24 hours, finally we have to be recorded how many ml of intake and what is the ml of output. Clear, no? I will show you what is a normal and abnormal, how to record and all, but this is very important. Now you came to know it. What is the definition? What is the definition of intake and output? How many, know that this is going to be, we are measuring the measurement that the patient's taken the fluid, how many ml, isn't it? No? And how many ml he eliminates during a 24 hours, that we call intake output chart. Clear? Okay, what are the purpose of intake and output calculations? Why we need this? Why we need this means to ensure the accurate record keeping. Okay, to ensure the chart is help the nurse to maintain the accurate record. Clear? Prevent the circulatory overload. Clear? If the first shift nurse, she is writing the chart, means for a second shift nurse is easy to continue, isn't it? No. Otherwise, what happened? For the same nurse only, it is overburdened. No. So, there is going to be prevent the circulatory overload. Then, prevent the dehydration. For the patient, no, we can calculate if the patient, how many ml he is taken, how many ml is eliminated. So, this all calculation helps to prevent this dehydration. Also aids or helps in the analyzing the trends in fluid status. We can measure the what is the fluid status of the patient. Also, it contributes to the accurate assessment of the record, isn't it? No, through this assessment we can came to know what is the fluid state and what is the electrolyte state of the patient, isn't it, for the further treatment. Clear? This is we called the purpose or uses of the intake output calculation. Now we'll see who are the patient which requires this intake output maintenance. Okay, so indication of the intake output charts, that is fluid and electrolyte imbalance, the patient with the fluid and electrolyte imbalance, and the kidney impairment patients in case of dialysis patients, and the clients with the burns, recent surgical procedure, severe vomiting or diarrhea, taking a diuretics or corticosteroids. And diuretics means what? For the some of the patient, they have the the whole overall body is a swelling, or we can say edema patient. The accumulation of the fluid is very more in the body. To eliminate that, we are prescribing some drugs that we call diuretics, that eliminates the fluid from the body. This is we call diuretics. In the next year in the pharmacology, you're gonna discuss all those things, but you just have these points in your mind. Clear? So the patients with the diuretics, we must maintain this intake output chart. Clear? Also, which required is essential for maintaining the intake output chart for the congestive heart failure patient, and then also in case of a dehydration, we have to maintain the intake output chart. Clear? No? These are the cases or condition the nurse have to maintain the intake output chart. Clear? These are the indications. Now, listen carefully. Okay, see, this is we call positive and negative balance concept. Okay, I will teach you what you mean by this. See, always if the patient's intake and the output is equal, for example, if you are introducing the 500 ml of any fluid, or if the patient consumes 500 ml of water, clear, and if he eliminates the same 500 ml, now that is we call equilibrium. Clear? No? Normal balance, we say this is a neutral thing. But what do you mean by positive balance and what do you mean by negative balance, I will explain now. Now clear? No? Always whatever you are taking the fluid, that should be eliminated properly. Otherwise, see, if you are taking the 500 ml of water, okay, due to some diarrhea, okay, due to some incontinence of urine, due to some kidney problem, if you if you eliminate 600 ml, so what happen? If you are wasting 100 ml of water extra, that leads to dehydration. Clear? No, this is will happen always. whatever you are taking the food also, whatever you are taking the liquid also, you have to eliminate the same proportion. Then we'll say it is a normal balance. If it is less also abnormal, it is more also abnormal. Understood? Clear? Okay. Now we'll see what do you mean by positive balance. Listen now. See, if input is greater than output, so it is called positive balance. What do you mean by this? Very simple. See, total intake is a 2000 ml, means 2 liters, and total output is how much? 1600 ml. Means if you are subtracting the 1600 ml from the 2000 ml, clear? That is, what is the difference? 400 ml, isn't it? No, that we call positive balance. Understood? For example, if the patient drinks 2 liters of water, finally he eliminate approx 1.5 liter of water through the urine. Clear, no? So what is the difference then? 500 ml or 400 ml, isn't it? No, this is what extra is there, so that we call positive balance. Once again, if input is greater than output, okay, if it is an input 2000 ml, it is greater than the output, then we call as positive balance. Okay, total, for example, total intake is a 2000 ml and total output is a 1600 ml. Means that we call, what is the extra balance here? 400 ml is a positive balance. Clear? Understood? No? If input is greater than the output, we call positive balance. Now we'll see. If our output is greater than input, so it is called negative balance. For example, the total intake is a 1500 ml and the total output is a 200 ml. Means the patient drinks 1500 ml of water, but through the urine he eliminates the 2 liters of water, or 2000 ml of 2000 ml. Clear? Means what happened? Minus 500 is answer, isn't it? No, if you are subtracting 1500 minus 2000, that we call, what is the value here? Minus 500 is a negative balance. Clear? Means the difference of 500 ml we are watching here, isn't it? No? Clear? So that we call negative balance. Means if output is greater than, if the output, this is what is output, is a greater than the input, then we call as negative balance. Clear? Then the difference of 500 ml or less than 500 ml between the input and output is a normal. But if it is more than 500 ml, so need to inform to the concerned doctor. Clear? See, whatever it will come. Any differences? As I told before, if the patient drinks 1000 ml of water, if we excrete the same 1000 ml is normal. Otherwise, if the patient drinks 1000 ml of water, he excrete the 500 ml. What is the difference there? 500. See, more, any 500 less, more or less 500 ml. See the difference between 500 ml less or more between the input and output is normal. Is a normal only. Clear? No? If it is exceed than the 500, that condition we call abnormal. We have to consult the doctor. Understood? Any doubts? No? It is very simple. Clear? So once again I will tell you, if the input is greater than the output, then we call positive balance. If the output is greater than the input or intake, that we call negative balance. If it is more than 500 or in between the 500 ml, okay, any will come, any difference will come either in the positive or negative. Approximate 500 is a normal thing, More than 500 ml difference will come, we had to inform to the doctor. Clear? Understood? I will give you some of the example, then you can understand easily. Clear? Okay. And see, this is the example for 24 hours intake and output chart. Clear, no? So watch carefully, I will explain you. So this is what intake column and this is we call output column. Clear? I will go closer, you can understand easily now. Now we'll see. In this chart will contain date, time, type of fluid, amount of fluid. Okay, if it is intravenous, type of intravenous, and what is the amount. Clear? Understood? No? And here this output column, here this we call ASP, means aspiration. Okay, so this we call vomit and is a urine, and BO nothing but is a stool. Clear? And any remarks we can write here. Now we'll see in the intake. No, what is the date here? 21st January 2016. To mention the date here. Time here, morning first shift nurse, she is maintaining this report. So 7:15. Okay, in the 7:15 she's she's taken this chart and she's writing the documents. Okay, in the 7:15 she started the IV fluid. Okay, she started the IV fluid. She's taken here normal saline. What is the ml here? 395 ml. Okay, 395 ml she started. Along with that, she's taken the dextrose 5%. How much? Dextrose 5% she is taking. Clear, no? So what is the amount here? See, this is not fine, it is scratched only. So dextrose is again 315 ml. Saline is 395 ml. Dextrose is the 315 ml. Clear? So this is, she started already. Then 11 o'clock what happened? So see, in the 7 o'clock she started the saline, that is 395 ml. Again she's 11 o'clock, NBM nothing but is nil by mouth, nothing from oral. She is not at all giving anything to the oral, that we call NBM nothing but what? Nil by mouth. Okay, then 11 o'clock she started the dextrose 5%. How much ml is this? 315 ml, not as 500 ml. Okay, 315 ml. 7 o'clock she started saline. 11 o'clock she started the dextrose 5%. Clear? Understood? No? Okay, fine. Next what happened? Now this is what the fluid order. Now she started with the calculations. How? See, in the 7:15 she have to be calculated, isn't it? No, at 1:15 she have to be 2:15. No, 14:15 is nothing but again the time only. Okay, at the 2:15 second shift nurse will come. No, she have to maintain the same thing. Clear? So she's written nil by mouth, nothing she's given, and she's calculating this. We have to calculate how much ml she have to introduce. Total she have to maintain. What is the total value here? 710 ml. 710 ml. Clear? And the patient not passing nil by nothing per urine. Nothing. No stool passage also. No urine, no stool. So what is the total intake then? How much? 710 ml, isn't it? No. Okay, fine. Next what happened? At 2:15 again second shift nurse, she started the dextrose 5%. Then they had to write 185 ml. Again after that, again after some times, okay, after 4 hours means 16 means what? 16 hours nothing but 4. At 4 o'clock she started the saline. Okay, how much is it? 500 ml. Is it into 500 ml she started. Then what is the urine quantity? Then at 4 o'clock the patient passes 300 ml of urine. See, this is what right, is a railway time. Clear? 14, 16, 18 is nothing but, say 14 means what? 2 o'clock. 16 means 4 o'clock. Isn't it? No. 4 o'clock the nurse started the saline. How much ml? 500 ml. The same time the patient passes the urine here 300 ml. Let you maintain the output here. Clear? So after that, in the 6 o'clock means 18 hours. 6 o'clock the patient drinks water. How much? 100 ml. Clear? No? After the 7 o'clock the patient eat rice, that is 1 plate of rice. After that, along with that water he is taken, that is 100 ml. Clear? No? Then again Night 8 o'clock, the nurse introduced the dextrose 5%, that is how much? 105 ml. Okay, so the urine passes the same, in that time the patient passes the urine 150 ml. Clear. After end of the shift, the nurse have to be maintained a record here. She had to calculate it. Okay, she had to calculate it how much? 185 plus 500 plus 105 ml. How much? 790 ml. Clear. And 300 plus 150 ml of urine, that is equal to 550 ml. Okay, this is we call output. Isn't it? No. So like that only, at the end of the third shift, nurse will come. Again she started dextrose, saline, the same thing only. In the intake we had to calculate it here, output here to calculate it here. At end is very important. After 24 hours, after the same day, after the end of the nurse, no, the last shift of the nurse, she had to be calculated all the things together. How? Hey, see, like that. 24 hours total oral intake. That is how much? 200 ml. That is oral intake. Then 24 hours total IV fluid intake. That is 2500 ml. Clear, no? So total how much? 2700 ml. Once again, how? Don't have any confuse, please here. See, oral intake is nothing but how much? You see here, any oral here? Only here. 100 plus 100, 200 ml. Written here, 200 ml. 24 hours total IV fluid, parenteral. See, parenteral how much? 710 plus 790. Isn't it, no? Plus 1000. Together is a how much? 2500. Clear, no? So total is how much? 200 plus 2500 is a 2700. This is we call 2700 is the total intake of the fluid per 24 hours. Clear? Now we'll calculate it. 24 hours total urine output. How much urine output is a 600 ml, isn't it, no? 450 plus 1000, 150, how much? 450 plus 150 is a 600 ml. Plus the patient also passes, no, nothing, no stool, is it? Isn't it, no? So after that, see, now I had to calculate 24 hours total intake is a 2700 ml, total output is a 600. We had to be subtract how much? 2100 ml. Here intake is greater than the output, that we call positive balance. Clear? So see, if it is 500 ml, any difference in the 500 ml, clear, any difference in the 500 ml, we can say it is a normal, but it is cross, it is more than difference is how much? 2100 ml, we have to inform to the doctor. Clear, no? Understood? So see, only if you are introducing 2700 ml, the patient exceeds only 600 ml, that we call the positive balance. So what is the difference here? 2100 ml is a difference. Clear? Understood? Okay. Now see one more example here. Okay. So go to close there. The same thing only. Okay, what are the fluid at what time, time we have to maintain pakka, and also what are the types we have to write here. Okay, nil by mouth and water, or anything we are given here, any juice, okay, and any water we have to maintain here, recorded here, and what are the IV fluids we have to write here. Clear, no? Together we have to be calculated. Okay, this is what we intake, and here what are the urine we had to pass. Clear, no? That we called output. Understood, no? Now I will explain you the concept here, calculation part I will explain you. Listen carefully. So we have to write the intake is a 300 ml, IV fluid is a 1705 ml, total is a 2005 ml. Clear? And output is a 1400 ml. Clear? Also one more output here, you can see, no? below. So now extra aspiration, okay, like that extra output is there 35 ml. Together is a 1435 ml. Clear, no? So what is the lastly you see intake, how much? 2005 ml. Output is a 1435. What is the difference here? 570 ml is okay. Plus or minus 500. If you are getting any 500 value is okay. This is a normal. But here intake is greater than the output. That we call positive balance. Clear, no? But see the result here. As we all know, any plus 500 or minus 500 is a normal condition. But previous example we have seen is more than 1000. That is we call abnormal. Clear? Means what? The patient drinks 2 liters of water. He excretes 1500, means 1.5 liter of water is normal only. This extra balance difference is a 500. This is normal. Clear, no? I hope you understood very well. Lastly, we'll see one more sample, that is negative balance. We'll see once. Always this negative balance will come for the renal patient. Okay, see, same thing only. You have to maintain the time properly. What are the fluids you are, type of a fluid we have to write here. Clear, no? Here, nothing is there. No IV fluids for the patient. No IV fluids. Only by oral only. And we are mentioned clearly for the urine. See how much urine. So for example, you see here. The patient have taken bread 2 slices and the milk is 150 ml. Okay, what is the output here? 260 ml. Then you see the patient take the rice is 1 plate and water is a 400 ml. Clear? And at 9:30 and 10:30 the patient passes 500 ml of urine. Again 350 ml of urine, 300 ml of urine. See, you just observe intake is 550 of ml. 550 ml is a intake. But you see the output here. How much? 1410 ml of output. Understood? For example, just you assume you are taking half liter of water. But if you are excreting 1 liter of urine is abnormal. Clear? Okay. So after all is recording, same thing only. Okay, say here a second shift here, the nurse has recorded 630 ml and the urine is or output we can say is a 250 ml. Okay, then here 400 ml and here 380 ml. Finally, we have to calculate it, isn't it? No, 24 hours intake is a 1580 ml. What is the total output here? 2000 ml, isn't it? No, 2040 ml. What is the difference here? 460 ml. Isn't it? Means the output is greater than the intake. Then we call negative balance. And one more thing. What is the difference? 460 ml is a difference. As we all know, any 500 ml difference will come as a normal. This is we consider normal only. Clear? But is a which balance is there? Negative balance. Clear? Understood? No? Always this negative balance will come for the renal patient. Understood? Okay. We have seen the charts and all, isn't it? No? Now we have a gross review of procedure. Okay, how to record the intake output chart. So what are the equipments? Very simple intake output chart we require, isn't it now? Okay, fine. So how to implement? See, explain the purpose and the procedure for measuring the intake and output to the client if we ask. Otherwise, no need to explain to the patient, because this is a very responsibility of the nurses, isn't it? No? Okay. Then record the volume for all fluid consumed. See, whatever you are administering the water or whatever you are administering through the IV, you must record properly. Okay, this milliliter, in the form of milliliter only we have to be record. Then make sure that all fluids or tube feedings are being administered at the prescribed rate. Whatever the physician, whatever the doctor's order, okay, how much doctor is prescribed, that much only we have to be maintained. Clear? No? See, this is how to measure. So to hold properly and to see how much ml you are administering and all. It's very careful. Okay. Now see, Okay. Ensure that the nurse who has additional IV fluids container also record the volume. Clear. If you are administering extra 100 or the patient which is required, okay, the physician order is a 500 ml of any dextrose or normal saline. Still, you find the dehydration. If you are, if you are administering extra 10 ml or extra 20 ml, that also we have to record very carefully. Then always keep track of fluid volume used to irrigate drainage tubes or flushing tubing tubes. Whatever extra fluid you are using for any drainage or any feeding tube, that also flush feeding tube also we have to be record. Clear. And wear the gloves. Next, we have to measure and record the volume of warded urine collected in the catheter, drainage bag, or the liquid stool or anything we have to be measured. After all, measuring meant you have to wash hands, check the volume remaining in the currently flushing IV fluids. Then record the total amount of all the fluids intake and output volumes and compare the data to determine if intake and output are approximately the same or report the major difference in the intake output to the client's physician. Clear, no? This is all about the intake output chart. Okay. Now we have a summary. Okay. Have a conclusions that what do you mean by intake and what do you mean by output, isn't it? Now tell me, what is intake? Intake is nothing but whatever the patient having, isn't it? No, we are measuring the total amount of fluid which is taken by the patient, okay, which is introduced to the into the body of the patient, that we call intake. The measurement of total fluids, isn't it? No, that we call intake. What is output? The measurement of the fluid which eliminate from the patient, isn't it? No, that we called output. Clear, no? So, and we know how to maintain for 24 hours in intake output chart. Clear. And if it is any positive or the plus or minus 500 is a normal. If difference between the intake and output plus or minus 500 is a normal, more than that we have to inform to the physician. Clear. And we all know if it is the intake is greater than the output, we call positive balance, or output is greater than the intake, we call negative balance. Clear. So till this we wind up the class. Thank you. If you have any doubt or you need any clarification, you can freely clear in the groups. Okay. By this class, we completed the unit number 3. Okay, that is the elimination aid. Okay, and we'll start the next unit. Okay, one more unit is there. If you finish that one more unit, we complete your syllabus. Your responsibility is to study hard for your exams. Okay, and just respond in the group is very important, isn't it? No, we came to know, yeah, we are go through, or everyone is attentive. Clear. We can have an idea about that. Okay, and if you are completed your notes, you can send your notes also for the corrections and all. Okay. Okay, all the best, study hard, see you in the next class.